What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for Double or Nothing. And do you hear that? Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear that? That, my good friends, is the sounds of Vince McMahon having a stroke. And I am also hearing the maniacal laughter of Sasha Banks and Triple H. My God, is it music to my ears. Oh man, I can already see WWE sweating after the greatness. Double or Nothing point. And oh my God, I can imagine the heart attacks that happened when my man Dean Ambrose showed up at the end. Oh man, I'm really curious how Monday Night Raw is going to turn out this week. Which actually Raw's going to start in about... not too long, and really too soon, like 5 minutes or so. I doubt I'll be able to get this review done before Raw starts, but I'm definitely curious how Monday Night Raw is going to turn out this week. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually start changing their tune now that AEW is ready for battle, ladies and gentlemen. But overall, all jokes aside, and me shitting all over Vince McMahon, the senile old fuck that he is. Overall, this show's fucking phenomenal. Now, was this on the level of TakeOver Phoenix or TakeOver New York?
You serious?
Yeah. As much as I fucking love this show, which I did, the show was fucking amazing, completely shits all over Money in the Bank. AEW went on the level of takeovers. They ain't takeover good, but they're damn good. Anyway, so let's just jump right into this, go through all the matches that happened in the card, and we'll just I'll give you guys my thoughts and opinions on all of them. So first off was of course the Battle Royal during the pre-show. I didn't watch this one, but Hangman Adam Page ended up winning this one, so he is going to be facing off against Chris at the next pay-per-view, which I think is Fight for the Fallen, right? Either that or All Out, whichever one is going to be, but yeah. So he won, I know Ty Dillinger was in the Battle Royal, or Sean Spears as he's now known. So, cool for all you Ty Dillinger fans, he's back. After that, we had, what was next? We had SCU versus the Strongheart. Overall, this was a really good tag team match to start up the show. Nice, high octane, high action. A lot of really cool spots. Yeah, so great stuff from there. That was a good start to start the show. Next up, we had the women's triple threat between Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Kylie Ray, which, the best way I could describe Kylie Ray, because this is the first time I've seen any of these women. I know, and actually, I think Britt Baker is actually the girlfriend of Adam Cole, baby! Anyway, Kylie Ray is like if you took you took Bayley and mixed her with Candice LeRae, because she looks like Candice, but her gimmick is very similar to Bayley. With Bayley, it was all about the hugs, Here, she smiles, no. I overall think she was, I like her. I think she had a great, the woman's actually a lot stronger than she looks like. She, I forget, I think she, rolled up Britt Baker into, a roll-up pin-up, and then she deadlift German suplexed her over her, which, damn, that had to take a lot of strength, because that woman looks a lot stronger than she looks. But that's cool. But yeah, this was actually a pretty good match. Britt Baker ended up winning, and then we actually had the surprise announcement of Karma. Brandy Rose came in there. She was wearing a wrestling gear. Everyone was like, "Oh, is she going to introduce herself in the match?" But no, it ended up being she announced that Karma was indeed going to be Karma, or Awesome Kong. This is the first time I've seen Karma since her last stint in WWE. What was that, back in 2013 was the last time we saw her there? So it was nice seeing Karma again. Apparently she actually left wrestling, quit it, because she had a miscarriage a few years back. So, she had her whole depression and everything. So, not blaming the woman. I mean, I'm sure that's going to really fuck up anyone. That would fuck up anyone. Anyway, so it was nice seeing her. She didn't really do all that much. Her role was the similar as Braun Strowman in most matches. Do a spot here, nap. Do a spot there, nap. Half the time she was just napping on the outside. She did have a nice show when we did see her do a move, and it was nice seeing Karma again, because I'm really interested to see more of Karma, because I would like to see her go against actual female wrestlers that know what they're doing instead of blondes that don't know the difference between a wrist lock and a wrist watch. So that was pretty cool. Britt Baker ended up winning this one, and this was an overall really damn good match. Next up, we had the Best Friends versus Angelico and Jack Evans. I'd be lying if I said I paid attention to this match. I didn't. I didn't know these guys, so I didn't really personally care. Best Friends won, I think. Interesting. The most interesting part of the match was afterwards when this other tag team came out of nowhere and they assaulted both the guys, and we ended it off with all these guys coming in there and building a throne for one of the other guys. That was pretty cool. You had like a human throne, so that was pretty cool. That was like the best part of the match. Honestly, was a human throne. Next up, we had the 6-woman tag between, excuse me if I'm butchering these names, Aja Kong, Yaka Sakazaki, Emi Sakura versus Hikaru Shida, Rhino, is that how you say it? Is it Rhino? Rhino, I don't know how you pronounce that, and Ryu Muzuyami. Now, before we begin Thomas match, let me just say something. Now, we all have our types, right? You know, WWE's type is big-breasted blondes who can't tell the difference between a wrist lock and a wrist lock, like an Alexa Bliss or a Lacey Evans, who are only good for their mouths in more ways than one. I will let y'all use your imagination for what I mean. Of course, now Dana Brooke is now getting pushed for some reason. I wonder why. It couldn't be because of any new assets she has got. No. Me personally, honestly, I prefer just competent female wrestlers like an Ember Moon, a Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Paige, AJ Lee, Asuka, those girls. But you see, I consider myself a rather cultured individual. You see, my type is Japanese women. See, your boy, during Evolution, when the match for the finals of the Mae Young Classic was on, I didn't watch Mae Young Classic, but as soon as I saw Io Shirai, I was immediately, and Kairi Sane, I was immediately cheering for Io Shirai and Kairi Sane because they were Japanese. You see, I got a thing for the Japanese women. I also got a thing for redheads too, which actually one of these women were a redhead too, so I got best of both worlds for me. Anyway, all jokes aside, this match is really good. The one ever since my good friend Eli Moore, link to his channel up above, has introduced me, has constantly kept telling me, dude, watch the indies, watch New Japan, and I finally started watching New Japan. I have really grown to appreciate the Japanese style of wrestling because it's awesome real life anime, and you guys know that your boy loves his anime. Naruto, Hiroaka, Dragon Ball, Akira, Ghost in the Shell, Neon Genesis, Evangelion, all that good shit. Mob Psycho 100, Kakegurui. I could go on and on about my favorite animes. FMA Brotherhood, of course, you can't forget that one. But yeah, it's pretty much like I haven't been keeping up with New Japan, honestly. They just have way too many shows for me to catch on, to watch. But I will be watching Dominion. I still haven't even seen the G1 Supercard, honestly. So I will be watching Dominion though, and you guys will probably get a review after I see Dominion when is Dominion? Isn't that like in June or something? I don't know. But whatever. I have really grown to appreciate the Japanese style of wrestling, and so of course the Japanese women here. This match was great. This match was awesome. I loved it. One thing I love about female Japanese, see, they're not like Alexa Bliss, who are scared to take a bump, or the Iconics, where they're scared to crack a nail. Gotta make sure their assets are all nice right in front of the camera, See, these women actually, it's hard hitting, it's visceral. For God's sakes, one of them took a fucking pile driver, for Christ's sakes. A pile driver. I would love to see Alexa Bliss take a pile driver. Although, granted, she probably has taken a pile driver with, Buddy Murphy. So anyway, alright, enough of me enough of me ripping off JD and doing all the sexual jokes and everything, I'm not gonna do any of your mother jokes, so don't worry. Anyway, so let me just talk about the match. The match itself was great, hard-hitting, visceral. I've never seen any of these women before. Aja Kong, she really impressed me, actually. She's big, she's visceral. Half the time, she was just sitting there like a tank. Just taking all these, everyone was trying to, hit her, and she just wouldn't move. She was, there were so many great spots with her. She is honestly everything Nia Jax isn't. So, she was great. All the other women were fantastic. They all did great jobs, really showing off. And honestly, this just reminded me why I love Japanese. Japanese wrestling, I love, and I love definitely the female wrestling side of Japanese wrestling, hard hitting. It's really great. I'm looking forward to seeing more of these women on Tuesday Night Dynamite and fight. And remember the fall when that comes, when we have that and All Out. I'm looking forward to see. I'm not sure. I think all these women also signed to AEW. I might be wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of these women because they definitely really impressed me. And granted, I was already looking forward to matches because they were Japanese, but they really did impress me, and they were definitely showing. Hey, they're like that. Well, I love Japanese wrestling, man. They were great. I love this match. There was let me talk about this. There was actually a botch around the end of the match where the ref went to count 1, 2, and then one of the men just barely to kick out before 3 count. But then she said 2, but then the timekeeper started ringing the bell and the entrance started playing. So you had a bit of a fuck finish or a botch finish, I should say, before we got to the actual finish. It was great. Like I said, the pile driver. Well, that pile driver spot was crazy. There was this other spot where the girl dressed in the pink. I forget her name. She low-key kind of reminds me of, looks like Kairi Sane a little bit actually. So she and one of the other ones. It was there was also this other woman that was dressed up as Freddie Mercury from Queen. I wonder if she's a fan of JoJo, because we know our man Araki is a good fan of Queen. Remember Kira Stan? It's called Killer Queen, for Christ's sakes, and one of his abilities is called Bites the Dust. If you're not watching JoJo, you should be watching JoJo. JoJo's fucking awesome. Anyway, enough of me plugging JoJo. But yeah, then so she was on top of her, and she would literally just start bouncing, just jumping on top of her over and over again, like I said, Japanese style wrestling, hard hitting. That it's called strong style for a reason, and I love it, man. And like I said, these women are not scared to take bumps. Other like Alexa Bliss. Sorry, I despise Alexa Bliss. She's good on the mic, but that's all she's good for. Anyway, and I hate every time I have to listen to a moment of piss. So, overall, that match was awesome. And then from there, we got to all the big matches that we were all here to see. We had Dustin Rhodes versus Cody, which actually, I don't know if any of y'all caught this, but Justin Roberts, when he was doing his little announcement, he said Cody, he almost said Cody Rhodes. I legit caught that. And also, you guys wonder, I did film reaction to this, so look forward to those whenever I finally get around to dropping those. I don't know, I still gotta get through Money in the Bank first, but yeah. Justin Rhodes, he actually almost said Cody Rhodes before he had to calm himself into it and change it to with Brandon Rhodes, but I caught him almost said Cody Rhodes. And so Dustin came out there. He was still kind of low-key, kind of dressed up like Goldust a little bit, where he was still wearing the bodysuit hat and it was still wearing face paint, but it was only half of his face. Instead of it being gold and black, it was red and black, which was cool. Overall, this match was fucking awesome, man. This match was fucking fantastic. Now, we all know this match was completely made and done for in respect to their father, Dusty. We all know that. But at the same time, while I say I love this match, this was when the show really started to really got good. Why did it get so bloody? Now I'm not complaining about the blood, because I'm a man that loves his blood, and this match is everything that Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose should have been at TLC. This was great, visceral, hard-hitting blood. I like this one part where Cody, took some of Dustin's blood and rubbed it on his chest. Speaking of Cody, one thing I noticed, Cody and the Bucks have kept saying we're not competing with WWE. We're not competing with WWE. But yet, here we have it there. There is a throne with the cross shape of Triple H. And then Cody comes out. Brandy grabs out a sledgehammer. And then she hands over to Cody. Cody runs over to the throne and smashes it. You couldn't fire a bigger shot at WWE if you tried. Like, fam, I know. Are you really still kind of triggered over Triple H saying that AEW is a pissant company at the Hall of Fame? Like, come on, man. You say you don't want to start a war, but yet you pretty much start a war. I can imagine Triple H was watching, and he probably just couldn't help but laugh. Hell, you know what I would love to see? An AEW versus NXT show. That would be great. And the main event would be Johnny Gargano versus Kenny Omega. I've never seen Kenny's matches with Okada, but I can probably assure you that if you give 20 to 30 minutes for just Kenny and Johnny, they would blow all those matches out of the water. That would be a 10-star match on the scale of Dave Meltzer. That'd be a 10-star match right there. And I'll be like, because, Kenny Omega, hell, give him also, hell, I would love to see him go get Seth Rollins. Like, I would love to see Seth Rollins just to see how many times they would counter V-triggers into curve stomps and curve stomps into V-triggers. That would just be awesome. Or hell, into the one-wing angel. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Because we saw that kind of happen when Seth faced off against AJ at Money in the Bank. So, yeah. But we know that's never going to happen as long as Vince McMahon still draws breath. So yeah, overall I love this match. The problem, my highlight of the match for me was when, but yeah. So back to the way I say about the blood. Let me finish that up, real quick. Because now granted, for the build, it was built up. Cody wanted to destroy the Attitude Era, and Goldust was a big part of the Attitude Era. But at the same time, I still wouldn't see Cody going so far like this. Like Cody acts like Dustin raped Brandy or something with how much he was going with the blood and everything. I don't know. Maybe it was just now. Like I said, I wasn't complaining with blood, but at the same time, I felt like it didn't really call for it, but at the same time, I was glad we got it. Because like I said, I love when we get blood matches. It adds an extra layer of emotion I love. So what I was saying, my favorite part of the match for me, anyway, personally, was when Cody was on the ropes on one of the corners, and and Dustin grabbed Cody's belt, pulled down Cody's pants, and started spanking him. I laughed so hard at that, man. That was fucking hilarious, man. That was probably my highlight of the match. So Cody ended up winning with the Crossroads. Great stuff. The ring was covered in blood by the end of it. It was a great sight to see, man. It was fantastic. I loved it. And then we ended off with this really emotional moment where Cody tells Dustin, "You don't get to retire here." At Remember for the Fallen, or Fight for the Fallen, I should say. When that happens, there is going to be a tag match that Cody set up between him and the Bucks with a partner of his choosing. And he said, "I don't want a friend. I don't want a partner. I want my older brother." And JR was like, "Oh, I'm not crying. I just got allergies." Which I gotta say, it was so nice hearing JR back on commentary. I won't lie, he did mess up a couple times. I only know this from JD's review because I don't even know half these guys. But, if I won't lie, if you ask me if I was starting a wrestling promotion and for my play-by-play man I could only pick between JR and Marlo, I'd pick Marlo Ronaldo. That's just me. I'm sorry. I love JR as much as anybody else, but let's be honest, JR has seen his time. I'm not complaining, and I can't wait to see more of JR, but let's be honest. Okay. Anyway, so it was nice seeing him on commentary. Commentary stuff was fine. Nothing major. JR was a highlight for me. But then again, it's JR. His voice is iconic. Who doesn't love JR? Anyway. So, he was like, I'm not crying. I got allergies, So, yeah. And I will lie, even that got tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. That was a great moment. So they embraced. And, I can imagine Dusty's probably looking down on his two sons very proudly for what they did at this match. So next up, we had the tag team match between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. Now, I've never seen the Lucha Bros before this match, and I can say I am sold on the Lucha Bros. This match was probably match of the night. It's a little toss-up for me between this and the match with Kenny and Chris. I almost forgot. Between Kenny and Chris. It's a little bit of toss-up between those two for me. But this match, I'm not going to try to recap some of my favorite ones because there was so many stuff between Pentagon and Phoenix. I think the highlight for me was when Phoenix So we had Phoenix was going on top of the top rope. He was holding in the hand of, I think it was Nick. And then no, he was holding the hand of Matt. He kicks Nick, who was on the top rope, and then jumps on the top rope and hits him with like a Hurricane Rana or something. I don't even remember. It was some crazy shit, man. This match was just crazy spot after crazy spot after crazy spot after crazy spot. It was fucking fantastic, man. I loved every second of it. And I like the story they were telling with the story where they were talking about how the Young Bucks have only been 2 tag team matches this year, while the Lucha Bros have been 48. So I like, and you can see it. You can see it throughout the match. You can see the Young Bucks kind of slipping up in parts, while the Lucha Bros were working like a machine throughout the whole match. I like the little extra bit storytelling that happened within the match. I thought that was great. So the Young Bucks ended up winning. I think it was with the Meltzer driver. I think it was called, and he was doing that all one. And Matt was doing that whole thing one handed. And I was just like, "Yo, Nick, where you at, man? You gotta leave your brother hanging here. Where are you?" But somehow Matt managed to keep up. I think it was Phoenix up the whole up. You know, while Nick was getting up. So that was pretty cool. And also, Cielo! Like I said, man, I'm now sold on Pentagon, man. I love his catchphrase, Cielo Nielo. I fucking love it, man. Anyway, so then we have the main event between Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. Now I have not seen the original match at what was it, Wrestle Kingdom 11? Which Wrestle Kingdom was it when they had their match? But whichever Wrestle Kingdom it was the one last year. I haven't seen that match, but I can definitely say I love this, man. This match was fucking fantastic, man. And I love when Chris makes entrance, you see all the different variations of Chris Jericho. You had him back in his WCW days, which was also his early WWE days. You had him when you had the list, which I loved when we had the list. I love the list, man. That's probably my favorite incarceration of Chris is with him was the list of Jericho. That was always awesome. That when I saw them when he was with Kevin Owens. And then we also saw the live jacket as well. That was also pretty cool. That was also great to see, man. So that was awesome, man. This match overall was fucking fantastic. Kenny and Chris went at each other's throat. There was so many great spots. V-triggers all over the place. I love Kenny's V-trigger, man. It's so great. Oh, and one thing that I absolutely fanboyed at was Kenny's attire. See, my man Kenny Omega came out dressed as my man motherfucking Kirito. You guys know me. I am a huge fan of Sword Art Online. I love this series. You guys know I was reviewing it when it was airing. I reviewed, the spin-off. I reviewed Alicization when I was airing. I'm watching it on Toonami. Loving the dub so far. And, I'm just hyped. And you guys know I love SEO. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. I know I'm probably so it's good like, oh, SEO sucks! But that's my opinion. I fucking love SEO. It's one of my favorite animes. So, yeah, I love that show, man. Love it to death. So I lost my shit when I saw Kenny dressed as Kitty. I was like, yes, finally, another SAO fan. It was nice to see that Kenny's also a fan of SAO. That was cool. I wonder if he's watching Alicization. Or if he did watch Alicization when I was airing. But yeah, this match was great. V-triggers all over the place, code breakers, walls of Jericho. And we ended this with Chris Jericho's new finisher. I think it was like the Judas, the Rising Judas or something. It was something Judas. Great stuff. So Kenny pins him, Chris pins him 1, 2, 3, and then Chris is like, this company is for me! I demand a thank you! You fucking marks! That also, I love the alpha character from Chris Jericho, man. But then we had the best part of the night for me. The highlight. My man, Dean Ambrose shows, yes, I know you're like, his name is Jon Moxley, you WWE shill! I know, but I'm so used to call him Dean Ambrose. I'm probably going to keep calling him Dean Ambrose till the day I die, man. I might eventually start calling him Jon Moxley, but it's going to take me a while. Stop calling him Dean Ambrose. But anyway, when Dean came out there, he was like, yeah, you could just tell how happy. You could just hear it in Dean Ambrose, seeing his violence. That man was so happy. I have not seen Dean Ambrose this rejuvenated in years. I can't remember last time I saw Dean Ambrose like this. It's not probably since when he was first going to get Seth Rollins, when his face run back when the Shield first ended back in, 2016? So, that was great, man. He was just coming there, you can just hear, it's like, yeah. So then he just hits him with dirty deeds, and then you can just, when he gets on the ropes, he's just like, he breathes it all in, man. That was great. So then he tries to go Kenny, and then him and Kenny start going at it. Dean hits Kenny against one of the chips, and then Kenny drops Dean with an AA off the chips. Great stuff, man. It was fucking fantastic. I love this match. So yeah, so that is all I have to say on all of Double or Nothing. Overall, fucking phenomenal show. Great stuff here. Overall, I would give this show a 10 out of 10, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Flag, links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys. And also, AEW is coming, man. WWE ain't ready, boys.